It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see Evan Ingram. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Jags and the Texans, next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch. Brock, one side seeking the sweep, and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things.
Ball teed up, Logan Cook out for the kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. On the return, here comes Tank Dell. And this drive will start inside the 25. So here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is someone who became an absolute superstar last year as a rookie. Drafted second in 2023, it's C.J. Stroud.
I think we could give them a pass from last week because they still found a way to win, and that's the ultimate job of a quarterback. But those interceptions, that's not what we're used to seeing out of him week to week. The 2 touchdowns, though, well, that's the bar he wants to hit each and every time out, and when he gets there, usually good things follow.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get them enough for a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And the Texans first down.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on first. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And that's good for a gain of 5. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. All right, here we go. Second down. Stroud off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. Texans going to kick this away on fourth, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. Out to return this for the Jaguars, Devin Duvernay. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Jaguar offense now. Their turn to set out on an opening drive. And bringing them out in his 4th season since arriving as the #1 overall pick back in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard. That brings up 3rd and 8.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. The Texans close it in, and they will get him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be Texans football. New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Shotgun now for Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, Stroud. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that brings up 4th and long. Tommy Townsend on the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And he's found many a gift in the end zone this season. As we work through December, he is currently tops in the league in rushing scores. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. He was trying to find Christian Kirk there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Lawrence working from the gun. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. He's got to gain a 6 there. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Lawrence now off the play action. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he gets him around 6 there. Christian Harris on the stop. Pickup of 6, and now they've got 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. He's going to push one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They send the tight end in motion. They'll run, ETN. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding. Offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Finding Davis. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Still a good bit of work to do here, Brock, as they come up on it 2nd and goal. An early jump and the flags come in. I think this is going to go against the defense.
Approachment. Defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 2nd down.
So once more, following the penalty, here's another 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the...
And he gets in, touchdown! The Jaguars take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score, don't let it go to 4th and goal, and he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is Cook to kick this away. Returnable from the 2. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Diggs there to bring it in. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 35-yard line.
Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing is Stroud. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And now it's 3rd down. Now it's Stroud. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. Scary sight deep. It's Devin Duvernay waiting for it. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. The Jaguars returning their offense and this running back to the field. And you can see he's valued well beyond his work just as a runner. He's leading NFL backs in receiving touchdowns late in this season. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Here's Etienne on first down. Jukes out a one-stop, and he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
They go play action here. And he won't escape this. The Texans take him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They've got 3rd and 8. Lawrence throwing here. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. They get 22 on that one. And that's a Jaguar first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Lawrence to throw it. That pass caught by Strange. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
At the 38-yard line.
They'll try it left with Etienne. Escapes a defender. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. They send a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 11. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
He'll get this to Etienne. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
That's Thomas. He's got it. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars pull out in front further, 13-zip. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars double their lead to 14. On now is Cook to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
2nd and 4. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
To take
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Caught quick right side. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Completed over the middle. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? They chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Desmond King up to make the tackle. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. That's taken in by Etienne. Pushing it up past the 30. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
He takes it himself. Give him 13 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
That's another Jaguars 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now give this up the middle to Etienne. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. Running it after the penalty. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. From the gun, Etienne gets it. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Looks like a 9-yard gain, and they'll now have a much shorter 3rd and 5 coming up. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Lawrence working from the gun. Davis there to grab it. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
Now it's
4.
Lawrence. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick, just couldn't hang on though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down. Now Lawrence on the play fake. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about.
Holding. Offense.
Tempting to perhaps take the yards and run third down again, partner, but they decline it. That's going to bring up fourth down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. Pass taken in by Diggs. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Stroud off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Well into this first half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity, and any success for an offense.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And it'll be Jaguars football. First down throw, Lawrence. Hitting Ingram on the slant. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Davis makes the play along the sideline. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Aziz Al-Shire that time on the tackle. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans take over on his 5th interception of the season. Now, after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. From the gun, Stroud. Connection made to Dell. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Stroud. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence set to take over on offense once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Out of the gun, a give to ETN. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Christian Harris on the stop. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Everbank. The Jaguars driving ahead. Lawrence looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. The Texans bringing out an extra DB. 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Lawrence. ETN on the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. The Jaguars into punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Fair catch made here at the 30. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They've got first down from the 31. Here's Stroud now. Throwing the out route complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Play brought to an end by Ronald Darby. That's a catch for Nico Collins. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. A gain they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here we go, 2nd and very long. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
And he's hit at the line of scrimmage. The run outside returns nothing. They're going to bring out Tommy Townsend to punt it away. Out to return this for the Jaguars, Devin Duvernay. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Texans grab it! And Houston returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Texans make it a 1-score game before halftime. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys, but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Texans 7.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. So we're halfway through this contest from Jacksonville. The hometown Jaguars out in front. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was the visiting Colts who were able to pick up the road victory. Adonai Mitchell, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. and they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Finally, we finish at MetLife Stadium to see what's going on with the Jets. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. One of the top performers in that first half was the running back Travis Etienne. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Devin Duvernay to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. He's throwing deep to the left side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Here's Etienne on the give. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back now, pressure on its way. Skips it short of his man. That brings up 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be Texans football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Keeping it with Mixon. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That's a pickup of 9. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, a run to Mixon. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
2nd and 10. At the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's able to get this down to the 36. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down, ball at the 36. Ooh, this is going to be a false start on the offense here.
Ball start. Offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. A give left side. Here's Mixon. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty, and now we're going to wait to see how they respond. A give to Mixon up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Throwing on second and real long here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. Try getting it to Nico Collins. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Now we're on the draw with Mixon. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And get that big old marker out, cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. That's Thomas, he's got it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Christian Harris on the stop. Back to the line they go, it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
Lawrence now off the play action. He'll get this to ETN. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Christian Harris on the stop.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it'll be their football. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock, not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Collins there to grab it. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Some movement there before the snap, right side of the line. This is going to back them up.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They'll run here following the penalty. Mixon a 1st down and more. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuffed the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
Second and 13. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Running with Mixon out of the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Looking to throw, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
In a situation like this, you got to be a fixer. I mean, this game is hard, and you get into known passing situations, it gets even more difficult. But when you don't get rid of the ball and you take another sack, you make this third down a near impossibility.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's on the move. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, they scrambled back on top of the fumble. They lose a ton, though, and now they've got 4th down coming up.
Yeah, recovering it really only brought you one more play. With how much they lost on that play, well, here come the special teams. And now they got to be special.
The Texans set to punt. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Jeff Okuda. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 43-yard line.
Now a carry by Etienne. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Another try following the sack. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. And the Texans go in nickel coverage, 3rd down.
13.
Lawrence working from the gun. And they can't connect on the 3rd down deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
He was defended by
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Stopped that time by Antonio Johnson. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
brings up 2nd and 7.
On the ground again with Mixon. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
False start, offense.
A costly false start penalty as 3rd down becomes much more difficult to convert as they back it up 5. Has it downfield, working the left. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding, offense.
You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. 3rd and long for him here. Flushed out now to his left. And he's brought down at the line.
That's a really good job by the defense right there. Doing something I hear all the time in coaches' meetings. I want to keep that quarterback in the box. I want to put a fence around him. Don't want to let him get out and make a big play, breaking the pocket.
So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Juke the defender. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Jaguars working with a short field as they take over. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's ETN on first down. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
ETN gets it on the draw. Jukes one defender. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They gain 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down throw, Lawrence. That's complete. Here's Kirk. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3. Hitting Ingram on the slant. And he'll go down here at the 16. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the red zone now. Finds him over the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
To number 13.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Encroachment, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty makes this 3rd and 2 now. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He's got it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
Oh, those linebackers. Those linebackers. They seem to be in the thick of every play and some of the quickest reaction times out there. He needed a quick reaction there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. They don't go anywhere, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Out of the end zone.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
For the field goal. A 20-yard attempt.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Dell with the grab. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On play action, here's Stroud. Escapes the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks? Well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign? Well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field. Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be Jaguars football. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Got to figure out this 3rd down here.
3rd and 14.
On the run, it's ETN. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 7 yards there, but even after that, still a chunk to go on 4th down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Jaguars into punt formation. And this is going to put them up to 6 punts today. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Throwing the out route complete. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it looks like the defense jumps just before the snap there.
Encroachment. Defense.
So he jumped too early, and that's going to cost him 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
He throws a ball. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. Shotgun now for Stroud. Brought in close to the 8. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a 3rd down. From the gun, Stroud. Rolling left, buying some time. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans now trail by just a point in the 4th. C.J. Stroud, the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Here's Duvernay on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lawrence to throw it. Completed over the middle. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Now Lawrence. Quick slant here to Kirk. And he's able to get it to the 21 as he goes down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Looking to throw. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Starts the return at the 34. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they'll get ready to go on offense. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running left is Mixon. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Running it with Mixon. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. It's a pickup of 4 yards, and that leaves him with 3rd and 14. Looking to throw. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He fields this at the 18. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Back to throw. That's incomplete left side. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Coverage defensively by Jeff Okuda.
Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line. He's on the move. He's running with it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. He'll look to throw it. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. Looks like play has been paused. We've got a timeout taken by the defense. They've got a man in motion. To throw. Davis there to grab it. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here he is to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now a give. It's ETN headed left. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their 1st. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. ETN again. He's got the 1st with room to go inside the 20. And he is all the way ahead to the 13-yard line. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. They go right back to ETN. And he's able to bring this one down to the 4-yard line. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minute.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Cook to kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now it's Stroud. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Early movement along the right side. The flag comes out.
All start. Offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Here he is to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. Couldn't connect to a tank down. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Looking to throw it. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Jaguars come away with a win in this one. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one, as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a win for the Jaguars as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.